Are you curious with how much it will cost you to study and live in Canada as an international student? In this video, I've broken down costs for you so that you can come up with a rather realistic figure of how much you will need as you embark on this journey. Hi, my name is Makena. I'm an international student currently studying in Canada from the 254. I self-applied in June of 2021. I got my visa approved in February of 2022. By self-applying, I did both my school application and my visa application. If this is something that sparks your interest in any way, my channel is about student immigration to Canada and life of an international student in Canada. If it sparks your interest in any way, please subscribe. Please follow me on my socials linked below. Comment, share, like, just do the most. Do the most. So anyway, let's jump on into this video. How much will it cost to study here in Canada as an international student? Okay, I know money is a bit of an issue topic for a lot of people. A lot of guys don't like discussing how much money is going to come out of their pockets, especially. But sometimes it's just important to know these things so that as you move along, you plan ahead. And in this video, we're covering costs to study abroad. And that's just to note that studying abroad is expensive. Whether you're planning to study in the US, whether you're gonna plan to study in Australia, here in Canada, studying abroad in general is expensive. Like here in Canada, for example, international students pay up to 3 times what domestic students pay, which is crazy. But that's just the story, and that's just how it is. So expect it to be quite costly. But please note, I'm not saying this to discourage anyone. On the contrary, there are ways you can reduce these costs. I'll mention them at the end of this video, so make sure to stay tuned till the end of this video. Because Canada is large and these costs tend to vary with each province, I'm going to use my point of reference as that is my own personal experience as a Kenyan student coming to study in Nova Scotia. The reason I think Nova Scotia would stand out is because Nova Scotia is one of the more affordable provinces. So if you feel like a province like Ontario seems to be very expensive, you can look into provinces like Nova Scotia and probably see if that can help save on money and so on and so forth. My disclaimers for the channel.
The information on this site is intended to provide viewers with general information on student immigration through personal experiences and in no way replaces or serves as a substitute to legal professional advice. Viewers are advised to seek out the latest changes through the IRCC website.
I divided this cost into 3. That's the school application cost, the visa application cost, and the living expenses. So let's look at the school application costs. School application cost, you will be required to pay an application fee. This could range between 80 to 100 Canadian dollars. This is on average for most schools. However, there are schools where you could be exempted from paying the application fee, and there are schools that could require you to pay as much as 200 Canadian dollars. Moving on to the second thing, the qualifications. Qualifications will not be for everyone, but in the case that you are required to provide English proficiency tests, so that's the IELTS and the TOEFL, the IELTS will cost you between 23,000 Kenya shillings to 32,000 Kenya shillings, and the TOEFL will cost you 220 US dollars. This is if you need to provide. A second qualification you probably need to provide, this is for MBA students. I'm doing an MBA right now, so I had to provide a GMAT score for my MBA program. This cost around 250 US dollars to apply for the exam. However, I paid 30,000 Kenya shillings to a consultancy that helped me book the exam and helped me get some learning material. If you're interested in this, maybe comment below and I'll probably just tag the consultancy I used. Moving on to the third thing, the tuition fee. On average, according to the StatCan website, you should be paying around 33,623 thousand. This is for the undergraduate students, and 2120 for graduate students a year in tuition fee. I have created a table that shows some great affordable universities in Nova Scotia. So if you're interested, please take a look at that. I've also shared a link where I got the information from. So go and seek out more schools. There are other schools there from other provinces, so seek out that website. Also, just comment the school that stands out for you in that list. Like, just comment. Yeah, even if you just like the name, just comment the school that stands out for you below. So, off to our last thing in this section. So, that's the school costs. So, tuition is one thing, but there are some small costs that come in between school, like the campus renewal fee, some activity fees here and there that the school is going to require you to pay for. For example, the major thing in this would be the medical insurance. This is where you're paying your medical insurance. And what happens is a lot of schools in Canada, if not all, maybe most schools in Canada, are going to be paying through this. This should cost you around 744 Canadian dollars a year. Uh, yeah, but if you total up this cost, this small other costs like the campus renewal and so on and so forth, this should come to an average of around 1,500 Canadian dollars. So you have now your application fee, you have your qualification costs, you have your tuition fee, and you have your other school costs. So let's see how much this runs up as far as school application costs go. Okay, so you have
Your application fee at 80 Canadian dollars, your IELTS and TOEFL at 275 Canadian dollars, your GMAT at 315 Canadian dollars.
for tuition, a school in Nova Scotia, this should cost you about 18,155 Canadian dollars. This is per year for undergraduate students, and 16,750 a year for graduate students.
The other fees, which would include the medical of 744, is coming to an average of 1,500 Canadian dollars. So if we add all this up, we're going to have school fees of
2325 for undergraduate students and 8920 for graduate students. This is as far as application costs go. Let's jump on to the second category, which is the visa application costs. So this one's when you're applying for your visa, there are costs that you will incur along the way. Like the passport, at that time I had to renew my passport to get the new East African passport. So I had to pay 6,050 Kenya shillings for that one. You'll pay the visa application fee of 150 Canadian dollars. Biometrics will be 85 Canadian dollars. The medical, as at January of 2022, it cost approximately 33,000 Kenya shillings. Plane tickets. This one I used on average from Nairobi to Toronto, which is probably gonna be your entryway for most people, 850 Canadian dollars. So let's round off the visa application costs all together.
So you have your 50-page passport going for 67 Canadian dollars. I've converted everything to Canadian dollars so that we can just have a standard figure of how much you need. So the passport is going for 67 Canadian dollars. Your application fee is going for 150. Your biometrics 85. Your medical 360. Your air ticket 850,
which is all coming to a total of 1512 Canadian dollars. Now let's look at living expenses. Again, this vary very much on the province that you will be studying and living in. For Nova Scotia, as our point of reference, accommodation on average expect to pay typically about 600 Canadian dollars a month on rent. This is for off-campus housing, and this would be like homestays, just shared houses. However, if you're looking to be more private, not to share a house with complete strangers, look into investing around 1,200 to 1,500 Canadian dollars. This is also a good offer for families that are planning to come. The second thing we'll be looking at would be the food. Food, obviously, this one just depends if you're wherever you're shopping, how much you're shopping for. It can vary. This month you can pay less, this month you can pay more, but on average I just give it 200 Canadian dollars. The third item is the transport. Transport, I will use Sydney, Nova Scotia. They have a transit system that should cost you around 60 Canadian dollars a month. The mobile plan, for students, I see most students get a plan between 20 to 60 Canadian dollars, but I believe 40 Canadian dollars should be more than enough. Clothes. So I put this item, clothes, on the list, and I know a lot of people will be like, why you need clothes? You will need clothes, especially like me. I came when in the winter, the dead of the winter, I had just bought some clothes from toy market, and I thought those clothes were warm enough, but they were not. So I had to get a jacket. I remember I had to get boots. I just needed some more warm clothes, I guess warmer clothes for the season. So for winter, you will probably have to shop for winter. Even if you come in the summer, winter will still find you, so you still need to be prepared. So I'd say in terms of clothes, budget on average 300 Canadian dollars. That would be more than enough to take you through many winters. This is a one-time expense. Then the last item I had here was the miscellaneous, which I budgeted at 300 Canadian dollars. So if we put all these living expenses together, let's see how much this is coming to.
With accommodation at 600, food at 200, transport at 60, mobile plan at 40, and clothes 300, and miscellaneous at 300. We're
coming to a total living expenses of 1500 Canadian dollars. I know now you're ready for me to just total everything up so that we can see where we are at. I promised you guys at the coming end of this video I would give you ways in which you can reduce on this cost, because you can already feel the tension of the cost coming in together. But let's look at some of the ways you can reduce these costs. First, look out for scholarships and financial aids. Second thing, part-time jobs by sales and just discounts. The fourth way you can reduce on these costs is by basically just budgeting and reducing on your spending. So look at those four ways you can reduce these costs. Again, now let's look at how the totals have come to. So I totaled everything up, and now we have your undergraduate fee coming to around 23,325. This is for undergraduate. 21,920 for graduate. Please note that these expenditures are in such a way that some of the living expenses like accommodation and food and transport are on a monthly basis. However, tuition, I put it on a yearly basis, but you will be required to pay your full semester fee before you apply for your visa. So just put that in mind, but just budget for your money as is according. And those are the costs cut down for you. I hope you loved this video. Okay, I hope you liked this video or loved this video, whichever can do. Please make sure you share this video. Maybe someone wants this information that I just shared right now. Make sure to subscribe, comment, just continue. I have loved the engagement. I love engaging with all of you. I look forward to engaging with you guys more. And I am sorry I took such a long time to produce this second video, but I just had my own time management problems at the time. But I look forward to doing more and more of these videos. I look forward to engaging more with you guys. And yeah, that's it for my video today. I hope you really enjoyed. Bye.